Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we are at my beautiful sister Bella's house to organize her pantry. By the end of this video, you'll know how to organize the Pinterest-ready pantry of your dreams in just a few easy steps. I recently discovered the amazing work of Natascha and Jeanine from the organizational company ORDEN, and today we've got them here to help us with their amazing tips. So Natascha, maybe you can just tell us a little bit about your company and what you do.
Hi guys, Jeanine and I, we are home organizers. We're based here in Cape Town and we are a bit OCD about spaces. So we organize, create and declutter.
Bella, so thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, before we go any further, are you a subscriber?
Of course, I was like #1 subscriber.
Do you get the notifications when I post new content?
Yes, I'm very well aware of all the new content.
And do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Great. Yeah. You almost seemed there to be a bit not so much enjoying.
No.
Now, what's your favorite ep?
I'm very much looking forward to, first of all, Daddy's ep coming up. I know it hasn't aired yet.
It's going to be brilliant.
But you are a very good interviewer.
Thanks, B!
And I'm sure the questions will be great. And it is
so cute! So when I roped you into this video, as I rope everyone in, my husband, my dad, I asked you, what part of your house do you want organizational help with?
Yeah.
And you said the pantry.
Yes. We basically renovated here just as I was giving birth to my little baby, who's now a few months old. So we moved in at the same time that little one came on the scene, and it's been chaos ever since. The pantry and the kitchen is obviously a space we use a lot because a lot of my day revolves around getting his food ready and preparing meals. Oh, that's a lie. Dylan does most of the cooking. But either way, it's very important for us to know where everything is and to have it quickly at hand and not be looking for stuff all day with a baby on the hip.
All right, guys, so we are starting the tour of Bella's pantry in its natural state. Bella, maybe you can start from this side and just tell us what it is that you do with all these cans. Is it a big part of your regime?
Yeah, we do actually have quite a few cans that we get through our YouCook subscription boxes. We generally get the family style meals, so there's often stuff left over, which is actually great. And then there's some things that I've bought at an organic kind of grocery store called Sans, which I use obviously for my baby. For the rest, you've got some kind of pantry staples, which is just basically spice mixes and rubs. I'm not even sure what a lot of it is.
Do you bake?
I want to get into baking. I want to bake. Yes. I've got grand plans.
I think wanting to do something is the same as doing it.
Yes.
So we need to cater your life around
that.
Yes, we do.
Because I feel like, imagine I had a great baking section that it would actually encourage me even more.
And then we can do a baking episode, guys. So let us know
Baking with Bella.
Comments. How do you feel about, I like that, baking with Bella?
Yeah.
That is cute. Then she did do some containers.
Yeah.
But there's no labels on here.
No, we need it.
And also you can't see when it expires.
Yes, that's my other problem with decanting things.
We're going to fix that for her, don't worry guys. As you can see, this is any organizer's dream because all of the stuff can be beautifully contained. No. This is a recipe for staleness. We've got
things for a shake.
For a shake. Who drinks the shake?
Me and Dylan.
Do you work out? Trying to. Kidding. Here, we've got organic oat milk. And then we've got some weird stuff in the back there, which I don't think belongs here. Like, for instance, trivet. So here we've got an empty drawer, which is actually sad because this is right by the entrance and the exit to the house.
Yes.
So this is a very underutilized drawer.
Yeah.
Which you can use for quick grab-and-go items.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Which doesn't have much going on.
This is for staff, so for our nanny.
Then in the middle section,
got some fruit and veg.
Then we've got the snack drawer that I'm always tucking into.
Yes, which is our snacks.
And then we've got some rusks
and onion goggles.
It's just what everyone needs, but they just don't know that they need it.
This is a bit of the household drawer and documents.
She's a perfect candidate for this video, guys, because people can relate to this.
Okay, these are lappies and aprons.
And then some food storage.
Yeah.
So I'm about to bring in the magicians of ORDEN, Jeanine and Natascha, to come and create their magic here. What would you say are your biggest pantry goals?
I'd actually designed this cupboard with glass shelves because I really like being able to see things immediately. It is important that it looks pretty because it is so exposed. And it's also important for me that things are in clear categories so that I can easily and quickly reach for something.
Natascha, what would you say are the 3 biggest things any person at home can do to improve the functionality and the look of their pantry?
Containerizing is key. Having a consistent look really makes a big difference. You can't transform your pantry without proper containers. Secondly, label them correctly. Without a label, nobody's going to know where to place an item. And then having a correct category. So everything needs to have a specific spot, and then it's easy to maintain.
Natascha, what is the first step in reorganizing a pantry?
Claire, the absolute first step is to unpack everything and then clean it out. Drawers and shelves.
Natascha, now that we have finished the task of unpacking every single item that was in the pantry, what is the next step?
It's necessary to check the expiry dates.
Now that we've confirmed all the items in our pantry are still fresh and safe to eat, not expired, what is the next step in the process?
Claire, it's very important now to categorize according to your specific lifestyle.
And now the next step is to find the correct containers for all these beautiful food items. Natascha, so when it comes to containers, why do you love these guys so much?
Well, Claire, these containers are from At Home. It's their simply stored range, and these are made from acrylic with a bamboo lid. They seal so well, and they're made from such a durable material, which is not, all products are not equal. So we really love these as containers, and they come in various sizes.
So what would you use the small one for? Nuts and seeds maybe?
Perfect for nuts and seeds.
Okay, this size?
Some of these grains, they would go perfect in there because you stack them on top of each other.
And this one?
Perfect for longer pastas and spaghettis. We love these for pastas.
Perfect. Now guys, we've also got this incredible range from iDesign and The Home Edit. You might have seen the amazing series on Netflix called Get Organized with The Home Edit, one of my favorite shows ever on Netflix. I've watched it over and over again. I'm such a dork. They've actually brought this range out to South Africa. We've got an amazing turntable, and
this is a stackable pantry bin.
We're also obsessed with these narrow pantry bins. I've got tons of them in my own house. Laundry room items, detergents, packets, anything that you want to group together that you don't want falling all over the show, right?
Perfect for a baby product.
But I think you can also stack on top of these.
Yeah, they are definitely stackable.
Love stackable. All right, guys, so now that we have a selection of fantastic home storage containers, Natascha, what is the next step in the pantry reorganization process?
Definitely to match the correct product to go into the correct canister, or in this case, pantry bin.
Okay, and then what do we do about these pesky labels? Because this drives me always nuts.
They are tricky to get off, and if you don't do it the ORDEN way, you are definitely going to be left with a residue. So our tip of the day is to use a hairdryer to blow dry and then remove.
That just makes it a lot easier to peel it off without any sticky residue. So guys, we're also big fans of these seagrass baskets, which are a great catch-all for any backstock or any items that you're not using immediately, but that you want to still store and have within arm's reach. Now the only thing is you can't see what's inside. So what is your tip for that, Natascha?
Definitely to use these bin clips. They are a clear bin clip and they place on top of or on front. You can clip it on.
Love it.
It comes with these clear labels.
Yes.
And they go onto the bin clip, and you can buy them in sets of 3 like this.
Okay, but now what if you need your label to say something else than what's written on these ready-made fridge labels?
We offer a custom label service where we design according to our clients' needs, whether it's their own font or their own logo applied or their own color scheme. So that's what we offer as an additional service to our clients.
On the topic of labeling your glass or your acrylic plastic containers, what is your tip and how many options are there for creating beautiful and easy to use labels?
These chalk pens are fantastic and they come in different colors. Pick any color.
Love that.
And then these you give a good shake and then you can write on your whatever goes inside.
Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with this. I've been looking for this my whole life.
These are great because some of them are a bit runny, but these markers work very well.
My goodness, guys. It's called Crillian chalk markers for use on glass, mirrors, ceramics, metal, vinyls, and plastics, and doesn't smudge or rub off.
You have to leave it a bit to dry. But if you swap out a container, let's say your nuts are finished and you put something else in, you can wipe it off and then you can write something else on there.
My goodness, I'm obsessed. What are the other options for people that don't love this?
Well, these are a fairly inexpensive one. This is called the freezer label, and we use them with a permanent laundry marker. It's just a fine tip.
Yeah.
And what's great is you can write your expiry date on it, maybe stick it at the bottom of your canister, and then you have a solution for that. Or a temporary label if you still have to apply your permanent label. It also peels off easily because it's for freezers, not like the paper labels that actually tear.
Are there any extra options for labeling?
This simple label maker works a charm. You can simply print a label and peel and stick.
Print, peel, and stick, guys. Okay guys, it's time for the big reveal to show my sister her beautiful Pinterest ready pantry like she's never seen it before. Bella, we're ready for you. Woo, exciting. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. So in this first section, we've got all your cans on a tiered system.
Amazing.
But it's nice to be able to see all the items and to see what's at the back so that you don't buy extras when you've already got what you need.
Yes.
Then, don't you love this little
Love a turntable.
peanut butter and honey station?
Love that.
Because you clearly enjoy your honey and your peanut butter.
I do.
Then we've got your sauces
Okay.
and oils, your stocks
Okay.
and your spices.
Amazing.
Okay. Then in here is all the wellness.
Ooh,
So
nice.
gluten-free treats for me when I come to visit.
Yeah.
And your muscle
Okay.
fuel, because you work out like crazy.
Yeah.
And your super greens powder.
Great.
Inside the drawer, we've got a little grab and go station.
Love that.
Isn't that
That's
so
great.
cute?
Yeah.
Then in the second drawer, we've got all your staff snacks.
Great.
And then in the bottom drawer, we've got your overflow, your excess, or your backup stock.
Amazing.
So in the middle section, we've got container heaven. With all your starches, your pastas, your rice up there, and it's all beautifully labeled.
Yeah.
And these labels are easy to change. At home, it's got a huge selection, and also if you want custom labels, you can just ask ORDEN to print it out for you, whatever it is that you want to keep in there.
Okay.
Then you've got all your breakfast items, rice, oats, whey protein, rolled oat. You've got quite an oat variety.
Yeah. Indeed.
Down here, you've got all your like mountain snacks.
Yes.
So seeds, nuts, like trail mix kind of stuff. Down here, we've got your food storage devices.
Yes.
Which is for when you've got chippies left over and you want to keep it
Yes.
nice and fresh. But aren't these baskets really beautiful?
Love that.
I love that. All your fruit and veg, which
Correct.
maybe you can top up a bit.
Yes.
Just a health tip. And down here, all your extra water bottles,
That's very useful.
which is
Yeah.
nice because it's at the bottom,
Yes.
which is where you always want to keep your heavy
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Okay? And in here,
Ooh.
yeah, this is more like your entertainment guest
Yes.
cocktail hour area.
Yeah.
Chips, crackers, biscuits. Down here you've got your coffee and tea, and you've actually got even the decaf marked with a little label.
Love that.
And then your rooibos. But obviously you can change it as you go along.
Yes.
It keeps it in the foil, the 5 roses, just to
Yes.
keep it fresh.
Yeah.
And all your baby stuff. I
Nice.
don't know what the baby actually eats because you only have 2 little baby food items.
He drinks milk.
Do you not feed your baby?
He's solid in the fridge.
Embarrassing. Your drawer here is all your cling
Nice.
foil.
Okay.
Then in here you've got your oat milk, your extra hot chocolate, extra teas,
Nice.
kind of all belongs in
Yeah.
this section.
Yeah.
And then as a bonus, a
Empty drawer.
free drawer
Love that. That's always useful.
that you can fill up with all your clutter.
Yes.
Jokes.
No, we won't do that again.
No clutter allowed, guys. Now at the top we've got all your documents.
Yeah.
All your documents, which are all in here.
Yes.
Because let's be honest, you probably don't even use that or know what it is.
Yeah.
At least it's not thrown away, it's there.
Yes. Mine
And-
is important. Yeah.
Manuals.
Yeah.
So now what do you think?
Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm super excited to use anytime.
What are you going to make tonight? I'm guessing some form of pasta.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Dylan will be happy.
With the peanut butter and honey sauce. So guys, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel to be notified every time I post a new one. Thanks for watching guys, and happy organizing. Mwah.